Hey everybody, welcome to another video review. This is a review and solution of the Hanayama cast metal puzzle called Infinity. You can see it here engraved, Infinity, with the infinity symbol, and then the company's name, Hanayama. Very nice. So hopefully I can show you how to go about solving this puzzle. It's not the easiest one to do, and a lot of people have actually, I think, struggled with doing it because it's kind of hard to actually manipulate the puzzle while under the camera. And it's also kind of hard to explain exactly what is happening as we are doing it. So I'm just trying to get this into the original state, and it's sort of not that easy to do. Okay, so here we go. So this is actually the way the puzzle comes initially. So Infinity, Hanayama is kind of centered over here, and then you have the ring here. So the object, of course, with all Hanayama is to get these pieces completely disassembled and then assemble them again. And when you first get the wonderful rings, these are the infinity rings, it comes like this, and if you hold it up, gravity immediately brings this thing all the way down. So there you have it. First of all, before getting into sort of the solution, I just want to say that this is one of my favorite Hanayama puzzles. The metal is very, very smooth. It's beautifully created. It's just clean. It's a joy to sort of play with and to kind of work with. And I think the mechanism is actually very, very well done. And you do feel a real sense of achievement. And it's also one of those puzzles where it's not just luck or continuously trying to fiddle. There's a rhyme and reason to it, and you can actually begin to solve it if you just spend enough time thinking about it. It is considered a level 6 Hanayama puzzle, which is in their internal grading system, the hardest one that you can have. Okay, so definitely something that fits well in your pocket. It's a nice thing you can fiddle with. A beautiful puzzle overall. It's one of my favorites. So you can actually see in the reflection the camera and me sort of behind the camera, sort of reviewing this and showing you how to do it. So hopefully let's have hopefully this will be successful and you'll be able to understand. There was a couple of videos doing it. It's all a little bit confusing because the people who are doing it are trying to show you what they're thinking by going upside down and right side up and upside down. It can get, again, kind of confusing. And there's one person who did it who I think he's a kid, either a teenager or a younger person, and he did it the best, okay, because he kind of, I think, gave you the best angle. So usually, Puzzle Guy, Mr. Puzzle has the best solutions. But in the case of Infinity, I think that young boy actually had the best idea. Now, his was not quite as polished, but his was, again, the most useful in terms of me looking to take inspiration for showing you how it's done and giving you the right angles. So, number one, when you first take, so spoilers ahead, if you don't want to learn how to solve this, you can stop the video now. So, when you first have this puzzle in front of you and this thing first drops, it's a red herring. It's a dead end. It's just there to torture you, to make you think, oh my God, I've almost got this thing out. I'm so close, but in fact, you're not close at all. You still have to figure out what to do. And you'll discover very quickly as you try to move it that you're stuck. So you move it back up, you're stuck, and there doesn't seem to be anything you can actually do. But if you begin to move up and down, maybe through just sheer luck, you will find that at some level, remember, there's a lot of depth here. At one of the levels, as this thing begins to move up and down, you are going to find that you can actually, and this first move may be by chance, okay, but a lot of it is just because you're going to want to experiment, right? As you're going up and down, you'll see that at some level, usually right around here, you will notice that you can actually rotate the left circle, the left ring, 1/8 of a turn, okay? From here to here, it actually comes out. Now this is new, and when you're doing these puzzles, anything new is good because that's different. So you can see clearly the indentation, and the fact that twisting it now counterclockwise brings us to this position. But this position is still no closer to the solution than before. And now that you've moved it to this position, you can't even go up and down. You're basically stuck at this level here. Okay, you can see this is sticking out. So you can always, of course, move it back in. But if you do that, you are now at the beginning. And that's not very helpful. So there you have it. Now, by the way, during all of this ring is completely immobile. Okay, and in fact, when this thing is in the beginning, when this thing is like this, so you can't turn it at all. You can't move it up or down. You can't turn it left or right. It's completely stuck. And the same thing here is completely stuck. So obviously, the only move in the beginning, just from experimentation, is this move that I showed you. You play with the depth up and down, and then you rotate counterclockwise, and you're going to see this little curved edge. You're going to see this is a depression here, right? Now, at this point, you are beginning to eliminate all possible moves. Nothing can happen. This is not happening. Nothing's happening. But taking this ring and moving it a eighth of a turn, I guess, a quarter. It's not really a quarter, right? It's like more, 1, 2, 3. This is more of an eighth of a twist counterclockwise. When you make this move, you have now changed the configuration internally of how the two rings interact, such that you can take this infinity ring and you can actually begin to lift it up, and in lifting it up, you can actually move it. Again, my fingers do not have quite the friction they have. You can actually begin to rotate this ring. Let me see if I can actually do what I said. Let me see if I can actually achieve what I said you're supposed to be able to do. So there you go. Depth is important. When we move from here to here and you rotate, you can't let it drop. If you let it drop, you can't move this. You have to bring it all the way up. Okay, so this ring has to be all the way up. You see? Look at the difference. Side view, this has to go all the way up. You can't let it drop like this. If you let it drop, then you can't do anything with this ring. You have to move it up and hold it there. If you take this ring and hold it there, you can now find that you can take the infinity ring and twist it one stop here. Okay? And if you twist it one stop here, you keep putting pressure. You push it up some more. So before it was this way, and I could keep pushing it all the way up. You can then move it another rotation over. Now you're stuck here, right? So what do? You let go. And if you let go all the way, you can twist it some more. Now you're stuck here again, right? So what do? You push up again, and then you can move some more. And then you're stuck, so what do? You let go, and you can move again. So through this sequence of taking this ring and pushing it up and letting it go, and pushing it up and letting it go, and pushing it up and letting it go, you will eventually twist the infinity ring from its beginning position here all the way to it's almost back to the beginning, but not quite. This is the last position where if you twist one more time clockwise, you'll go back to where you started, but it will not allow you to do that. You will now reach the end of the infinity ring's twisting counterclockwise. Okay. Now here it is. In this position, again, if you play with depth, there will be a certain depth where you can take this ring, and whereas previously you could not turn it any more counterclockwise, depending on the height you're playing with the height of this ring and the height of this ring. There will be a height where you'll lock, and now you will find that you will be able to actually turn this left ring a little bit more over, another eighth of a turn counterclockwise. I hope you saw that. You have to find the right perfect position of the infinity ring and the non-infinity ring where it locks in, it just slips in, and you're able to move it counterclockwise. Any other depth, it won't be able to do it, but there will be one depth where it will come in and you'll be able to slide it over. Now at this point, of course, you are stuck again. It can no longer move counterclockwise. No way for it to move counterclockwise. So if you analyze the situation, you will hopefully quickly realize that one avenue to see if we can keep on sliding it is to take this ring and move it back to its original position. Because remember that in its original position, at the proper height, is when we first moved this ring 1/8 of a turn counterclockwise. So perhaps going backwards, we can do the same thing. So how do we do that? First step, try to move it. And you can do it. You're stuck here. You cannot move it anymore. So what do? Lift all the way up, and then you can see that you can now move it another step. You're stuck. You cannot move it anymore backwards. You cannot move it anymore clockwise. What do? Let this go, and then see if you can move it again. You can. You are stuck. You cannot move any more clockwise. Lift up. And then now, if you keep on turning, you cannot move anymore. You're stuck here. So what do? You let go. And then you move it over. And now you are finally at the original position, infinity. So I hope you followed that sequence of moving this up, down, to allow this to step by step go clockwise in eighths back to its original position. And when this infinity sign is back in its original position, you will find that you can now move this left ring another eighth of a rotation counterclockwise. We are now at this position. At this point, it becomes pretty obvious what you have to do next. You can't do anything else. You can't move this any further clockwise, at least with the infinity ring in this position. So what do? Let's try to move this with the infinity ring at the other position. So how do we do it? Same thing. We're going to move it over. I can't. If I can't move it over, lift up. You can see that now you are able to move it. Lift all the way up again. You're able to move it. We're stuck, so let go. You're able to move it here. You're stuck. Move it up. You're able to move it over. You can't move it over anymore. Let go. Then you move it over, and now it's finished, its rotation. In this rotation, let's see if we can move this ring any more clockwise. Initially, you cannot. You're still stuck. But remember what happened the first time. You have to be at the right level. So if we just try again, you put your finger in there, and you begin to move this up and down. You move this up and down. At what level will there be a situation where you can slide this over? In this case, if you're all the way at the very, very top, you have to let this ring literally fall all the way out. It helps actually even turn it upside down. You can see that you are beginning to, you did move this thing another eighth of a way. Okay, so to move this from here to here, you have to have this ring all the way out and this thing all the way up, and you will now move it over. You cannot move anymore, so what do? You guessed it, you have to take this all the way back to the original position. So how do we do this? 1, lift up. 1, let go. 1, lift up. 1, let go. Oh, lift up a little bit. Get it? So it's all about lifting this thing up. Up, 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 down, up, down, up. You're now here. And if you're in the original position back here again, you should be able to rotate this one more turn. Now look very carefully. With that last turn going clockwise, you found a ledge that perfectly matches the gap of our ring, and it will fall just like that out. So now half the puzzle is done. This ring, or this cylinder, whatever you want to call this thing, is down. So how do we get this thing out? It's still stuck here. Well, remember, what have we been doing all this time? We've been going from the position, neutral position here, all the way over, then back, then over, then back. So the next step is obviously to take this all the way back. So here we go. Twist. We're stuck. Let's push up a little bit. Twist. We're stuck. We can't push up anymore, so let's just relax. It twists again. It's stuck. Let's push up. It twists. It's stuck. So let's relax. And when it turns to here, you can lift it up. And now you can see that this internal ledge, this internal divot perfectly matches this. Now you are free. Both rings free of the infinity. So in order to recreate the original situation, it's quite simple. You just reverse the steps. It's laborious, but simple. Here's the ledge, here's the divot. We go from top down, let it rest here. This now is in the old position. We need to take this back to the neutral position. Twist, lift and twist, relax and twist, lift and twist, relax and twist. Now this is in the original position. Here's the other ring. This one goes top down, this one goes bottom up. It goes up here, and then you are going to move it. Now instead of counterclockwise, you're going to make it clockwise. You're stuck here, you want to keep on moving, correct? So what do you have to do? You have to put this back into the position you want it in. So we're going to twist it again, change the levels, relax, push up, relax. Now you're at this new position, and then we want to keep on moving this ring counterclockwise. Remember, in order to do that, you have to take this all the way out, almost letting it fall, so to speak. And you should be able to twist it over a little bit. Now it's moved over there. Now you have to move it back, up, over, up. Oh, see here, see that? At this level, I can't actually move it, so you have to move it not all the way up, but midway up. That I gotta do. See, all the way up, you can't twist it. If you leave it all the way down, you can't twist it. You go halfway up, and you are able to find the groove, and you put it back in the original position. In the original position here, you are able to now move it one more step over, and then to get it back again, what do? We have to again go up again, relax, up, relax, over. Then from here, again, remember you have to play with these two. Find the one groove where you can twist it back into position. And I believe, yeah, it's right here. See that? I found the one space where it goes slide over. Relax. Now I have to go all the way back again. So here we go. Rotate, rotate, keep rotating, lifting the height up and down until you finally get to the original position. And now we have it in the original position with this here, and then we just have to again change the height. Change the height. Now this is already stuck in height. This, you can't change the height here. But you can change this height, and you change it right in one area, and then you can slide it all the way through and then bring it up, and now you are in the original starting position here. So I showed you the solution without once turning it upside down. If you were to turn it upside down, you would see the grooves begin to appear. It gives you more of a hint on how to do it. But you can see that this is how you get both rings out. So hopefully that was clear. There's a lot of different videos showing you how to do it. But I hope that this was clear enough for you guys to be able to take care of yourself. I hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, take care.